I'd like to welcome everybody, man, to the Celebrity Podcast Show. Got my boy here tonight with me, QueFourFive. What up, homeboy?
What's happening? It's QueFourFive. I want to check in one more time, man. Represent Smear Campaign Podcast in conjunction with the Celebrity Underrated Podcast.
Numbers growing
chop
every
it
day.
up. Bring you another lovely episode, man. What's good with it, Flo?
Ain't nothing, man. Just want to welcome everybody on the internet, man, to Celebrity Underrated Podcast Show. On this show, we highlight the life and death of some of our favorite celebrities, man, that passed away. We're just going to look back on their career and events that took place when they was living. Also, and where everybody subscribe to the channel, Celebrity Underrated, man. Email us, celebrityunderrated@gmail.com. You need something to advertise, holla at QueFourFive. Ground Up TV, Ground Up Radio. You got some music submitted there.
Ground Up TV.
Taking over, man.
Ground Up TV, man. On YouTube, GroundUpRadio.com, the headquarters for everything that we do. And, you get at me with Smear Campaign. Smear Campaign Podcast at gmail.com. Smear Campaign Podcast at gmail.com. Hit me up on email. But later for that, we're gonna, let's do what we do, Flo.
Yeah, we get into it, man. This is Celebrity Underrated. We're gonna talk about we talk about the deaths here. If y'all subscribe to that channel, all the deaths on there. Leave the comments. Anybody I want me to talk about, anybody an episode you want me to do or anything. But no, man, I ran across an interview today, man. Just searching through my on the internet, and Pimp C popped up, man. I said, man, we need to talk about Pimp C, man. Pimp C, UGK, yeah. Pimp C, one of the realest in the rap game. One of the realest in the rap game when he was alive, man.
One of the realest. No filter on his mouth whatsoever.
He used to
man.
be wildin', man.
Speak from the heart.
Yeah, he used to be wildin'.
Speak from the heart.
But I don't know, man. That death, man. We're gonna talk about his death too. That's what it's all about. This is the Death of Pimp C episode here. But first off, though, man, you got the book, right? The book that
I do have a book. I have not finished it yet.
Julia Beverly wrote. She was an editor from Ozone, yo.
Yeah, she started Ozone magazine.
She started it?
Prominent. Yeah, she's the creator of Ozone magazine, man. A prominent hip hop magazine that really played a big part in breaking a lot of careers of rappers from the South, mainly.
That magazine focused on the South, though, basically. Yeah,
because Julia was down there in Florida. She was in Florida, Miami, if I am mistaken. Some of my people, they were working down in Miami in the early 2000s in the industry, and said they remember seeing Julia when she was just working out of a cubicle. You know what I'm saying? Very humble beginning. Didn't realize that she was actually working on this magazine, you know what I'm saying? And boom, just ways that started, like early 2000s on the sale.
Early 2000s. Is it still out? You still can get it? Is it still in the stores or?
No, I think that they closed the doors on that, but I haven't seen a Ozone magazine in years. Shoot, even I remember being in Virginia looking for Ozone, man, and it was rare that I would see one, but when I got my hands on one, I would pick it up and thumb through it, and see a lot of stuff. I know they used to do a lot of promotions and stuff too, as far as like, buying ads and everything. I got some offers to buy some ads before. Never moved on it, which I would have, would have had maybe been in the classic issue, but neither here nor there, it definitely ain't about me, it's about pimping.
Yeah,
Julia wrote that book.
I mean, you read some of the book, though.
Yeah, just talking about some of the humble beginnings, him, growing up in Port Arthur, Texas, how him and, Bun B, linked up at first, you know, they humble beginnings of just trying to get in the rap game.
I think they had a group. I think they had a group right before it was both of them together. But they had a group. I think both of them was in different groups, or they was in the same group, but then like, people dropped out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, some to that effect. I mean, even when they started, they had people that was with them. Like, shoot, if you listen to Riding Dirty, man, classic album.
Riding Dirty, yeah.
It's a little interludes in between the songs. There's a guy talking. That's Smoke D. That's their homeboy who was locked up. And, I guess he was recording them little interludes while he was inside or whatever the case. But Smoke D was, UGK affiliate. And, it breaks down all of that, man.
The Riding Dirty album, that was on Rap A Lot? That wasn't on Rap A Lot, was it? When he first signed,
it wasn't. That was on Jive. That was on Jive.
Yeah, Jive.
When they came out, they was on Jive. They didn't get to Rap A Lot until after Pimp came home. But they all had that relationship with Jay Prince. Man.
I mean, they all from Houston, so they know each other.
Huh?
So they all from Houston, so Rap A Lot know each other.
Yeah, they from Texas now. Jay is
Texas,
from Houston,
yeah.
But Pimp and Bun is from Port Arthur,
right?
Which is outside of Houston. Smaller town, but same game. As far as the cars and the lean and the all of that. You know what I'm saying? But it talks about the trap days that they had and how Bun was helping Pimp out with his homework and stuff, man. They would be at the dope spots. It's an interview I seen that they had with UGK and said, he said Bun B was helping him out with some math homework or something. And Smoker came up and was like, what kind of dope man do homework?
That's
kind of dope man do homework, you know what I'm saying?
You know he's on them numbers, though.
But, there you go.
He's on them numbers. The math homework. He knows numbers. Mm-hmm. That's why he rich to this day.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
yeah.
I mean, wild story. Man, Pimp C was, he told it like it is. He told it like it was, man. Look, I saw, speaking of Pimp C, I saw something with Big Gip. Was he there when the whole Master P jump went down? When the pistol whipping of Pimp C jump?
Well, yeah, I know we was gonna jump into that. I seen that same video, and I don't know if Gift was there or not. However, it sounds like he had some inside information for sure. But Gift had gave up pretty much the whole story of how P and Pimp had got into it. And that came from, according to everything, and I haven't gotten to that part of the book. I can't wait till I do, but it came from, when P and, P was, coming up in the game, he had worked on some music with P. And, P had worked on some music with Pimp and UGK.
So that whole incident, the beef was over before Master P blew up, not before Miss My Homies.
It was around. I believe it was after P had blew up, but it was in reference to some of the work they did. Like there's a song that they did in particular that really just caught a lot of fire. It's a pretty much a cult classic called "Break Them Off" song.
Yeah,
right.
Break Them Off.
And, Pimp had, I believe Pimp did the track. And, definitely sounds like a Pimp C track if it isn't a Pimp C track. But, it's a really, people that are really no limit heads as I like to call them, they know that song. But it came out, you know, that it was a kind of some friction on the fact that, you know, Pimp felt a certain way, you know what I'm saying, felt that he had some part in the success of what No Limit was doing. And, you know, he felt that, I don't know if it was over money or it was just respect, but, you know, there was a show that they did and talking about UGK, and Pimp had said, you know, fuck No Limit, you understand me? And the word comes back. Now, what was said was, and I'm speaking very, very easy on this.
I mean, because, that's, you know, getting it from what they said on the internet, though. You know what I'm saying? People that was there,
yeah, that's exactly what I'm going off of.
You know what I'm saying? And Big Gip. So.
Right, but here's the thing. You know, the thing that came out was that Pimp was set up. He was in a hotel room, and somebody that was within that camp had kind of lined him up. You understand me? Lined him up to you know, for P and whoever else was there to come in the door. Now, it said that, you know, I heard stories that C Murder was there too. If he wasn't, you know, then, you know, correct that for history. But yeah, anyway, long story short, whomever was there, you know, P came in the room and, you know, they handed out a ass whooping to Pimp C. Some people say it was a pistol whipping. But the thing that then goes down in history that Pimp got disciplined by P. Now, it also came out that, you know, I mean, even it said that Pimp even said that he was wrong about that shit. You know, saying that to even have carried it to make it go that far. But then also, and what Gip was saying was that after that incident, Master P had to leave the South.
Right.
So I'm imagining it's, you know, after the success of, like, say, make them say, and a whole lot of stuff. Because remember, even after the song I was talking about came out on Ice Cream Man, then the album following that was Ghetto D. Right.
Yeah, which sold 4 million
copies. Ghetto D.
That took him to put him in that game.
Ghetto D. And then don't forget that Pimp appeared on you know, I Miss My Homies.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Classic.
So, you know, it was after this, huh?
A classic.
Yeah, a classic of many. So, you know, but the thing was, you know, Pimp felt that, I mean, again, I'm not knowing if it's money or respect, but, you know, it did happen. It did happen.
Right.
Yeah.
It's part of history,
you know, that's
man.
One thing.
And, you know, like Pimp C, man, you know, he also, I remember, from what I remember, man, he went off on Atlanta too, man.
Yeah.
He went off on Atlanta. He went off on the whole gay agenda. You know, exposing rappers. That's who Pimp C was, man. I think he went off on. Matter of fact, I think they tried to say him and Bun B kind of fell out because Bun B was him and Jeezy was cool, but you know Pimp C called him out doing that whole BMF thing. You want to scream the numbers out, but then when it's time, you ain't showing no support to the BMF and Big Meech them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Because you know, everybody knows that when Jeezy, you know, broke in the game, he was screaming 17-5, and you know, Pimp was contesting those numbers. He's like, no. He was contesting those numbers. I remember him also contesting how Young Book used to say 10 a key. And I remember Pimp being prominent saying, you say you getting it for 10 a key, but that's nonsense. You know, he was going off about that, saying, your boys ain't did what you said you done did.
Right.
You know, and you know, that's who Pimp was, though. He'll call it like he see it. You know what I'm saying? That's who Pimp was. You know, he had ties to to the streets. You know, that's a given fact. So, you know, for somebody to say some kind of, you know, dope numbers or whatever the case may be, you know, and it's just not possible. You know, that man is gonna sit up there and, you know, being who he is and not having a filter, he gonna say, oh no, hell no, you know what I mean? So yeah, but you know, again, there's so many other people that Pimp went off on. You know what I mean?
I mean, he went off on the he didn't go off on the whole Houston, but when he came home, he squashed all that beef that was going on, from the T.I. to the Flip to the Slim Thug and Zero to a Chameleon and Paul Wall. He squashed that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Lil Flip, and he had all of them appear on that song, Knocking Down Doors.
Right.
You know, I remember the video. I remember the picture shoot for it. He had everybody in it, and everybody got together on the strength of that it was Pimp. And Pimp was like, we need to stop that, because a lot of it too was you know, it was street related, neighborhood related, like sides of towns, like. You know, when you're talking Houston, you got the north side, you got the south side, and, you know, people that, you know, you get into talking about Houston, it gets real intricate, man. You had to get somebody from Houston on the line to really go deep into it, but I know that it's different sides of towns, and they got their different styles of how they do, whether it was wearing braids, whether it was wearing fades, whether it was, you know, you did this with the car, whether you wore this color, you know, just different things. A lot of them rappers came from different sides of towns, and, you know.
I think he was just...
different sides of towns that had beefs for a long time. What's that?
What, in Houston, yeah. I mean, like you said, and then I think he was locked up during that time, right? When all that beef was going on. And then when he came home, I mean, he just seen it.
Yeah. Yeah, because Pimp came home about 2006 or so.
He got locked up for that mall incident, didn't he? In the mall or something.
Yeah, he pulled a pistol on somebody in the mall. He had an incident in the mall. Yeah. Pulled a pistol.
Yeah.
And when he had to sit down, that happened like, what? 2000s
or something.
2001. But because I remember UGK had an album out around the time he was going in. You know, like that matter of fact.
Players Anthem, or was that when he came home? Players Anthem. International. I mean,
that was after he came home. That was after he came home. They had an album that came out before that. You know what I'm saying? Because in between that time of him being locked up, there was an album that Rap-A-Lot had put out by Pimp C, the Sweet James Jones story.
Yeah. It's like the title of the book. Sweet
James Jones story. You know, but you know, everybody they know Pimp say, you know, that's what he called himself. The Sweet James Jones.
See,
you know,
I think you got it from Iceberg.
Sweet James Jones.
Iceberg Slim Jones, whatever.
And Sweet James Jones, you know, everybody, you know, saying Sweet James Jones, you know what I mean? But
yeah, I think he said he got it from Iceberg Slim or something like that.
So, you know, he was you know, it was actually a dance called the Sweet James Jones. I remember him being on Rap City, doing a freestyle in the booth, saying, I'm sick of seeing dudes do the Sweet James Jones. And I remember saying that, I fell out laughing, like, yeah, you guys doing like a, you know, that dance that they was doing and sipping on some scissors. You know what I'm saying? When they, you know what I'm saying, they bounced with their elbows. That's the Sweet James Jones. And because everybody, I remember when that sipping on some scissors came on, that's what we would do, because we seen them doing it in the video. You know, but that's the Sweet James Jones.
A classic, man.
Yeah.
666 Mafia. 666, man. 36 Mafia, man. Shout outs to them. But so that was during that time. Like I said, I just think Pimp C just knew he had to stop the beef that was going on with some of the who they was top dog during that time. Houston, weren't they? Like, I think Swishahouse was running things during that time. He might have been locked. He came home.
They was on top of their game at the time because you had Slim Thug, you had
Little Flip,
you had Paul Wall, you had Flip, you had Chameleon, you had Mike Jones,
and they kind of lost
you
it.
had other guys that was getting out there. You had Big Mo, you had
ain't Sebo from there?
ESG, who?
Sebo.
Zero. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who?
Sebo.
Sebo?
Yeah.
No, Sebo is from California.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
No.
But
Sebo
was he signed to Swishahouse or Rap-A-Lot or something out in Houston?
Not that I recall.
I'm talking about Zero then.
Maybe you can get confused with Zero.
But
Little
Key.
They both fly that blue flag, so yeah, you might be getting confused. Huh?
Was it Little Kiki?
Yeah. Say that again.
Little Kiki.
Lil Kiki is from Houston, yeah.
Yeah. I know he did a lot of things with Pimp.
You got guys like Devin the Dude, one of my favorites.
Devin the Dude.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, I ain't heard that name in a long time, man.
You got Face. A lot of people out of Houston, Ghetto Boys, Really Big, Bushwick. All these people, but Houston was in prime. So Pimp being a respected person and everybody saying free Pimp C, and Pimp just peeping game like, man, this needs to stop. This is, we ain't gonna stay in position and get money if we keep with each other. We can't fall out with each other. We gotta beat it. And
right.
He stood up as a leader and made that happen.
Right.
And Pimp was always a voice of people talking down on the South in general. You know what I'm saying? Hence the song that UGK had, "Quit Hating the South." And Pimp was a forerunner in that, man. He's from that school of guys that was all underground favorites, like shit. You got them, you got Spice One, you got Pac was in that circle before he really blew and got the national attention.
You said who was in that circle?
Bree, Tupac. Tupac was in that circle. I'm talking about Pac in the strictly for my my niggas days. Pac in the early '90s. You know what I'm saying? That Pac was in them circles. All them guys, they would get shows together. You understand what I'm saying? They were underground favorites. Face, Ghetto Boys. They were compared to the people that were prominent at that time. You know what I'm saying? You had Death Row running things. You had you had all your East Coast heavyweights that was in the scene.
Yeah, Pimp C used to call the East Coast out, man. He used to call the East Coast out. You know what I'm saying? He used to take up for the South all the time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and that's what he was known for. Being very vocal for that. However, Pimp had guys on the East Coast too, like Bun B even pointed out that Nas and Pimp C had a good relationship.
They never did nothing though, did they?
No, but the last Pimp C album that came out on Mass Appeal. You know what I'm saying?
Now, speaking of the East Coast, did he some reports, I think Too Short said it, they say he ain't really mess with Jay-Z like that. I don't know, something about that big pimping.
He didn't want to do big pimping at first.
He felt like it was something with his fan base. I forgot exactly what he said, but I guess the style of the music You know what I'm saying? He would say he wanted a
Yeah.
lyricist, but he had the most incredible verse, the most memorable verse on there though.
He did. He went off. You know.
And he said he
It's a
he said I'm
certified
only giving you
classic.
8 bars. He didn't give him 16. Jay-Z wanted 16. He gave him 8.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And he wanted to have his Benz in the video. That's his Benz in the video. That's his white Benz in the video with him and Gloria Velez. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He picked out. He said, "Yeah, I want her." You know what I'm saying? He wanted her in the scene with him, right? You know what I mean? But yeah, it's a fact. Pimp didn't want to do that record at first. Bum was like, "Man, let's do it, man. Like this Jay-Z, you know, bam, you know, he going hard. You know what kind of bass we get, you know."
Right.
And the thing is,
Pimp looked at it like, look at the fan base he gonna get. The song would have blew up without them on it. But he said the fan base they gonna get. You know.
Man, just think of it. You know, you got Jay-Z who had one wave, and then you got UGK that has another wave. You know, you mix that together on a Timberland track. Come on, man.
It's one of his biggest songs he did to this day.
It's, man.
That blew him up.
Come on now.
Really
People
blew him up.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's why they had to roll the album out right after that. You know what I'm saying? To catch that, but the thing that hurt him was Pimp went to jail. Prison, actually. You know, so.
Man.
Yeah.
That was crazy,
yeah,
man.
But the thing is that really kept that when Pimp came home and he had so much love was, I will give this to Bun B. He kept Pimp name alive. Every time you seen him, he had a free Pimp C shirt on.
He said that, you know, but he said, "You ain't come to see me though, but once out of my whole 4-year jump." You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah.
You know.
That's the letter. That's the letter that's in the book that he wrote to Wendy Day. You know, so he say he wasn't tripping. He say you gotta do what you gotta. He know he had to do what he had to do to keep the name alive. He said he appreciate the free Pimp shirts and all that, but you ain't holler at me in them years. That hurt. He said that shit hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, because you look at, you know, rap partners that you know, one more partner, you know, you got duos that got locked, you know, one partner get locked up, like that's similar to Prodigy and Havoc.
Right.
You know, Prodigy was saying that Havoc ain't write him back or come see him, you know, saying he finally came and saw him, you know, but all in all, you know, that you know, at the same time, yeah, he didn't come see you, but he definitely, when he came home, he had something to come home to. But you know, I think that's, you know, that kind of made that kind of, you know, something that'll be water under the bridge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because when Pimp came home, everybody wanted a Pimp feature. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you know,
Pimp probably could have got, you know, Pimp probably was getting a lot of money for them features too.
Oh yeah, he said he was charging $30,000. He said he hit the local cats for a little bit, thousands less off, take a little bit off. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah. Like one of the first collaborations I remember him doing was with T.I. Back Forth Back, Side to Side.
Was BG on that joint? Nah, BG wasn't on that one.
I think Bun B was on the joint. I think UGK both was on it. I remember. I also remember on Bun B album, Pimp had to open the verse on Get Throw. You know what I'm saying? And that same song had Jeezy and Jay-Z on it. You know, I remember that too. I want to say that was I can't remember if that was a verse he recorded when he came home or if it was a verse that he had laying around or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that collaboration was there. And it was crazy because, you know, at that same time, Pimp came home getting that Jeezy. He did.
Yeah. That's
you
what.
know?
Yeah, that's what it was. But let me ask this though. You know what I'm saying? Was this death foul play, because Too Short told a story. I think he was with Too Short like the night before doing the show. Everything was good. Too Short was like, yo, what's up with these celebrities dying in hotels every time? Jimi Hendrix, he started naming Jimi Hendrix, all of them died in a hotel on overdoses and stuff. You know what I'm saying? He said Pimp C was straight, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but you know, he died from lean. That's what they say, overdose on lean, accidental overdose on lean, and he had sleep apnea. You know what I'm saying?
Sleep apnea, because Pimp had put on some weight when he came on. Because that wasn't always that big. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, he put on some weight. So sleep, you know, with that weight, sleep apnea comes into play. But you know, crazy thing is, man. You know, speaking of his death, Pimp did a wild interview before that happened.
Yeah.
Where he was speaking, he said something. You know, he said something about Russell Simmons, and I'm not naming nobody. You know, as a
Neo, Russell Simmons, all of them.
But he was saying that he was going to expose some people in the industry.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he said he named Russell Simmons in particular. He called him he said, dick in the booty ass.
Yeah.
Lenses like Russell Simmons.
He called out Neo too on that same junk, I think too.
Yeah. Pimp was talking about exposing some people, you know.
Yeah, Pimp C was crazy.
You know, though he was in the industry, he didn't partake in none of the what could be seen as
the parties.
Foulness. Yeah. So, you know, he was in this industry, you know, but he wasn't in the industry. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he wasn't with the mentality of it.
I think it's a conspiracy, you know, because he was doing a lot of interviews. He was doing a lot of interviews like that whole year he was exposing a whole bunch of stuff. He was talking a lot, so you know when you talk a lot, you know what I'm saying? But
he was just keeping it 1,000. He was keeping it 1,000, like, you know, just there's so many interviews you see with him, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, in every interview he'll get some live action. Let me say that. You will get some live action. You'll get him speaking from the heart. Like, I don't think anything that Pimp was saying was out of bounds. I think that he spoke truthfully from his heart and from how he saw it. And I don't think that none of it is some shit that he would make up. Like, you know, just judging from what you've seen from him and what you've heard from him, his character doesn't stand out as someone who would contort the truth, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
For some kind of gain of his own.
He ain't gonna lie.
You know, bottom line.
He's not gonna lie. He's gonna tell it like it is.
He ain't gonna stand. Yeah, he ain't gonna stand for no bullshit, neither. You know?
Yeah. You know, we just want to say, man, rest in peace on this episode to Pimp C, a legend. Y'all support him. Go to iTunes, download his albums. Get the book, definitely, if you want to really get to know
Jones
Pimp
story.
C. Yeah. Julia Beverly.
Story. That was Beverly. Yeah, that was done with the blessing of Pimp C's mom. You know what I'm saying? Mama D. She, you know, who rest in peace to her as well. You know, you look in the book, you see pictures of her. You see pictures of them in the homes. You know, with close family members, with all of that, and you know, you look at Pimp and his mom next to each other, man. It's splitting images of each other. You know what I'm saying? Splitting images. And you know, it's just crazy. But she blessed off on that book, man. She gave a lot of insight to him and to his story. You know, because she was there. She was there through the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? There was nothing that was hidden from her.
Right.
So, you know, to get the blessing of somebody's mother, you know, the woman that carried and had that man and raised that man, that's the official word, you know what I'm saying? And she had a relationship with Julia Beverly, so that book is, you know, officially blessed, and it's definitely a solid book and testament of the man we speaking of, Pimp C. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Pimp C, man. You know what, man? We're going to wrap it up for this episode. Don't forget to subscribe to the Celebrity Underrated podcast, Celebrity Underrated YouTube channel, you know, Celebrity Underrated clothing line. Click the link in the
Watch out.
yeah, it's in the top where the banner is, Celebrity Underrated. So, you know, we're gonna keep it going, man. More episodes. We're just gonna take y'all through the past and speak on a lot of our favorite MCs and favorite just celebrities that just died too soon, man. You know, too young, man. He was number 33, bro.
Yeah.
33 years old, man. That's crazy.
Yeah. All too soon. You know what I'm saying? Influence still lives on. You know what I'm saying? Listen to the music, read the book, man. A lot of game giving up that's still prominent to the world we live in now. You know, all from Pocket Full of Stones on up. You know what I mean?
Pocket Full of Stones on that Menace to Society soundtrack.
Pocket Full of Stones, High Life. You know, High Life. One of my favorite UGK cuts is looking for that good stuff. You know, just stuff that you put it on now, man, and still give you that same feeling. You know, just timeless music.
Classic, man. Big Pimpin', Sippin' on some Scissor. International Players Anthem.
You know what I'm saying?
Big stuff, man.
International Players Anthem. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Just, you know, just a lot of music, man. You know what I mean? Just a lot of music. Make sure y'all just get in tune. If you just now getting in tune with Pimp C, get on it, do your homework, man. Word, hey, you know what? And it's a song Pimp talks about that incident that happened, that pistol whip, that situation with P. I can't call the name of it right now, but you know, at a later time, maybe we drop it in the comment box and drop the link. You know what I mean? Or in the description box rather. You know, and y'all can go back and listen to what Pimp had to say. But you know, again, talking about a man that speaks from his heart, man, and just, you know, getting high and nothing, wasn't scared of nothing, you know.
Real soldier.
That's what it is. Hey, yo,
lost a good one.
Yeah, check out this Celebrity Underrated podcast, Smear Campaign podcast. Man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Ground Up TV on YouTube. Go ahead and hit that you know, that subscribe.
Yeah, we all together, man. We
hit that notification bell. Word.
Doing big things over here. Numbers box, growing. Man. Numbers are growing every day. Every day. So, you know, we got more in tune for the hip hop community and just the whole entertainment community. We gonna bring it, you know, leave a name in the comment if you want us to do an episode on any particular individual that y'all want done that passed, one of your favorite celebrities or whatever. And we try to make that happen for you. You know, hit me up on a Celebrity Underrated Gmail too, if you just send it there. You know, send it to Ground Up TV, Ground Up Radio at Gmail. Hey, matter of fact, the radio show, we're gonna do that bit. Matter of fact, what's up with the Audio Boom podcast coming on there, the Smear Campaign for my man QueFourFive about to take off pretty soon. So
Smear Campaign podcast, man, brought to you through Audio Boom platform, man. On all your you know, however you listen to your podcast, it's gonna be there, man. You know what I mean? We're gonna have it there. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you stay tuned, man. Subscribe, man. Hit the notification so you stay in tune when we drop new content. You know, Ground Up Radio, you know what I mean? Still the foundation, man. Artists go by there. Go by groundupradio.com. It's a submit link. Go ahead if you're looking to get your music, you know, listen to. You know, let us hear it. It's popping. We're gonna reach out to you. We're gonna get it. You know, we'll get in touch with you. We'll get in the rotation. You know what I mean? But yeah, we're here.
That's what it is, y'all. Y'all stay in tune, man. Y'all be good, man. Celebrity Underrated Podcast. Your boy Bobby Flawless signing out. My man QueFourFive Ground Up TV. It's a beautiful thing, man. Y'all stay tuned, man.
Yes, sir.
Ground Up Radio. Get built from the ground up.
Let's go!